Hi, my name is Stencyl. In this video I'm going to show you how to make enemies move, okay? So basically there's a few ways we can do that. We'll start with the simplest and then I'll show you some things you can change and I'll show you some coding as well. So this is probably what your scene looks like at the moment. Might look a bit different if you've got your own characters and other things in there, that's fine. I've put a clown up on sort of a platform up here just so you can see the differences with the walking. So we're going to go to our clown, behaviors, add behavior, we'll go down to motion, back and forth horizontally, set them going left, and that's fine. So this is sort of just to have them walking backwards and forwards. Okay, for this to work, gravity has to be turned off for clown. Okay, and I'll just show you what that's going to look like. So it's the simplest, like that's as easy as it is, right? You just put the behavior in, turn gravity off. So it's very simple. But the issue is, you'll see, basically the clown sort of floats because it's not affected by gravity. Okay, so which is a bit average. So the next thing that we can do, we can leave gravity on. We can actually edit this behavior. And this is more of the coding side of things. I'll show you how to do this from scratch, but this is the predefined one that comes with the crash course kit. So if you just go to updated, just on the right, just search for friction, and you can just set friction to 0. So essentially what this code here is doing is just saying always, so just constantly set friction to 0. So friction, I'll show you what happens without it. Let me show you that. So it'll make more sense that way. Right. So at this point, this is testing the move left and right, or the move horizontally, with gravity set to yes. Okay. And so you can see they're not really moving. And the reason being is gravity is set to 85, pushing down. The speed of them moving side to side is only 10. 85 is bigger than 10, so that sort of wins, and then they don't move. You could set the speed to more than 85. You could set the gravity to lower, but it's just, it's messy. It's no good. So friction. So friction is like they're being sort of squashed down. Okay. When you set friction to 0, it's kind of saying like they're basically almost floating, like they're just sitting next to it, not quite being squished into it. So no friction means that it can freely move left and right. Cool. So that, save that. We'll give it a quick test just to show you that it works. And then I'll show you how to do it from scratch. But I mean, if you're happy with this, like this is fine. I'll just show you just more of as the example of showing you how to code from scratch. Cool. So you saw that one there sort of fell down from the platform, so it was affected by gravity, but then it's still moving left and right. Okay. Nothing really happens. They still act the same. Like I can still push them, I still squish them, because I haven't changed those behaviors yet. We'll do that in a later video. Cool. So let's look at, what I'll do is I'll close that. I'll disable this behavior, or deactivate. So now it's not running. Events. I've already got the code here, but I'll just show you how I did it. So yours will be blank here, so that's fine. So this is on clown, events, add event, basics, when creating. So whenever a clown is created, so level 1, there's 3 clowns. So this is going to run for each of them. Level 2, it'll run again for each of the clowns that are there. And what are we doing? We are setting friction to 0. It's always going to happen, so you probably don't even need to put that there, but put it there. Set friction to 0. Okay. What else did we do? Now, set start to wherever you've put the clown. So we're going to create an attribute. All right, I've got a couple here. You probably have nothing here, so you just click attributes there, and you click create an attribute. Change this to number. You can call it, I call it start, but you could call it, whatever you wanted, really. I'll use a different one, just so, prove it works, I suppose. So set x start to position x of actor. So saying a lot of x, right? What's x? X, basically think of the far left of your computer screen is going to be 0. The far right is going to be 640, I suppose. Wherever you've put the clown on that line is the x value. Okay, so where's the starting spot? And we're just going to store whatever the starting spot is. Maybe it's 12, maybe it's 100. We're going to store that as x start. Okay. And then we're going to put some speed in. So 10. Okay, so the clown's moving. Cool. Now, next one, when updating. Okay, so there's the friction, and then there's 2 if statements. Remember, this is just constantly happening, right? So it's going to be forever setting the friction to 0 so that it can move. They need to get some if statements in there, so just if, grab that in. So always it'll be checking for if this is happening. We're going to be checking if, basically if the clown's moved too far, then it will turn around. Is what we're trying to do. Greater than. So if the current position of the actor, of self, so if the current position is greater than where it started, actually hang on, don't put that in yet, sorry. Back to flow. No, back to number and text. Yes. So if it's greater than the start position plus how far you want the clown to move, okay, from that start position. So I think I put in like 50 or something. Yeah. Then what we want to do is we want to change the direction to go back the other way. So start plus 50. We want to sort of turn back the other way. So we're going to be going negative. So motion set speed. So it's positive 10, so we'll just change it to negative 10. Okay. And that's the first one. All right, so now we just need to do the same again for the other direction. So if the actor goes too far to the left, it'll spin around. Right. So if this time we use the less than x of self, which is the position. So if the current position is less than minus this time, attributes x start minus 50. We want to set x speed back to 10. Not position, we need motion, x speed to 10. Cool. So these ones are ticked, these ones we just created. The ones that are not ticked are the ones that I had from before, just testing that it worked. Before I started recording, obviously. So save that. That's now on clown under events. Physics, the gravity is on. Opening scene, whoops. Opening scene looks like this. Let's give it a test. Awesome. I made a mistake somewhere. Aha! Set friction to 0. I didn't put anything in there. Another tip I would give you guys is if you are making your own code, it can get really frustrating sometimes. And sometimes you just hit your head on a wall for like an hour or two trying to make something work. Sometimes you just need to just walk away and just come back to it another day. Okay. So there you go. So that works. Move that way, jump down and fell, and moving back and forth now. And again, same behaviors in place. I can push it, I can jump on it, and I can squish it. That one's stuck. Interesting. Not sure why that one got stuck. Yeah. So let me explain a few things here. I'll remove these because they're done. Don't need them. So created. I think I explained this before. Whenever you create the clown, if you create 3, this will run for all 3. In the first level, right? In the second level, if you have 4, it's going to run for each of the 4. It's going to do this. It's going to do it once, only when it's first created. Okay, never again, as long as that scene. Yeah. This is always running, so it's just constantly checking, constantly setting friction to 0, constantly checking if the position of the clown is too far to the right. If it is, turn around, go the other way. If it's too far to the left, turn around, go the other way. Just constantly doing those checks. Right. If neither of these checks are met, it means it's somewhere in between the 2 points. It's walking. It's just going to keep going in the same direction it's really going in. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Best of luck. Thanks for watching.